I don't usually start videos this way, but today I'll make an exception. Today I'll talk about the kind of person who needs to listen to these episodes. First off, I'm talking to sole business owners who have an online Instagram presence and recognize that getting their social media game right is the key to unlocking unlimited clients. These business owners are people who know that automating their online brand and making sure it's optimized for business will help them save a bunch of time, and they can use that time to pursue other important interests. If you're someone like this, well, get ready. Your eyes are about to be opened. Do you know the one thing that makes it easier for you to sell or attract a following on Instagram? If you don't know that one thing, I'm sorry to break it to you. You'll likely have minimal success on Instagram. I'm just saying it as it is. If you don't know that one thing and you can't acquire it, you're probably not have any success at it with achieving your business goals, especially on Instagram. So, what's that one thing? Well, it's called trust and authority. Okay, I know that's technically two things, but you know what I mean. No one will listen to or buy from someone that they don't trust. And how do you get people to trust you? How do you get them to trust the brand that you are building? It's quite simple. You make sure you're an authority on the kind of thing that you are doing. Now, it doesn't matter whether you sell cardigans or run a restaurant. Once you get people to believe and trust your brand, your Instagram game will go from 0 to 100 faster than you can say. Digital marketing is a gold mine, and that is not an exaggeration. But this is the begging question. To sell, you need people to trust you. For them to trust you, they must understand and see you as an authority. But how can that happen? How can you make sure your brand becomes an authoritative one? Well, that's why you're here listening to me right now. In this episode, I'll teach 3 easy and quick-fire ways to build an authoritative brand that people can trust on Instagram. I believe that if you follow these 3 steps, you'll see immediate and measurable changes to your bottom line. Are you set? Okay, let's go. Before we go into the main strategies for building an authoritative brand, let's go through some of the basics that you should put in place before you even try to build a brand. And after all, you cannot build on sandy soil. So before you build a brand, you've got to make sure that you have a strong foundation to build on. Basic number 1 is this. Ask yourself, what are you doing on Instagram? Seriously, what are you doing on Instagram? Have you ever stopped to ask yourself that question? Or did that question stun you so much because you've never really thought about it? Well, look at it this way. You are a businesswoman. You have many things to pursue. You have many goals to accomplish. You have friends to catch up on in real life. You have a kid or maybe 2 to tend to. What are you doing on Instagram? The answer, it should be pretty obvious to you. You're marketing your business. That's why you have time for it after all. My advice to you would be to act like it. That's the first starting point. Act like you are in Instagram for business. It would help if you defined your goals as clearly as possible too. You should actually write them down if possible. You need to make sure you know the purpose of your brand. Does your brand exist to spread awareness? Are you trying to build a following? Are you looking for new clients in business? Are you trying to improve your relationship even with your current clients? Or are you trying to do all of the above? It's not enough to know that you're on Instagram for your business. You need to be exact and precise as possible. Again, you should probably write these ones down, and I promise you, it will help you in the long run. Now, after discovering what you think should be your brand's goal, you need to decide on a theme. If you're going to be a brand, you need to act like one. You need to post a certain kind of content in a certain kind of way. You can't just throw together posts without vetting your content to make sure they fit your style. More importantly, don't try to be everything at the beginning. Decide on a theme and stick to it. You can't be everything, and it's honestly ineffective to try. Now, let me demonstrate what it means to have a theme and stick to it by bringing up a hypothetical. Let's say you are in the designer industry and you sell homemade t-shirts. You can decide to post just a picture of your shirts and some other quirky things like maybe a pen or a cup of coffee. But once you begin to craft a theme, your followers will recognize your style and you'll start to bring up a distinct image in their minds. Now, another thing that you should do before you even attempt to hold a brand is making sure you're always publishing good content. And when I mean good content, I mean content that people would want to see, not just your regular run-of-the-mill pictures and videos. No matter what you do, you won't build a brand with any measure of success without stepping up your content game. In a couple of weeks, I have an episode that I'm pushing to shoot for you. In that episode, I'm sharing 4 apps that help me make amazing content easily. So make sure to subscribe to my channel so you're notified as soon as that episode is live. Anyway, so where were we? Yes, okay, great content. You may think that releasing great content every day is tiring, and it is, if you're doing it the difficult way. Some apps help you schedule your posting, which gives you a lot more time to get involved with other things, and you should definitely be checking out those apps. And once you decide on your goal on Instagram, decide on a theme and style for your page, and start posting great content. You'll be in a prime position to move on to the next level, which is building an authoritative brand. I've got 7 easy steps that haven't only worked for me, but have worked for tons of babes in business like me. And I'll be sharing some of those steps with you now. The first step is to offer helpful advice. If you want people to listen to you, you better be saying something worth listening to. It's all good to just post cute pictures with quirky captions, but sometimes you've got to dig deep and offer some value to the people following you. No one is ever going to take your word on something if your word has never helped them. Now, a good example of this, if you sell shoes or run a brand that sells shoes, it may be smart for you to release content that tells people how to clean certain kinds of shoes without damaging or, let's say, affecting the color. That's helpful advice. And once your followers start taking it, they'll learn to look out for your content because it might just help them. When you are trying to build a brand, you have to convince your followers that you know what you're talking about and that you're talking about something that is important to them. So another example, if you sell, let's say, women's shoes, you are never going to be relatable to a man who doesn't wear those kind of shoes and doesn't have anyone to buy them for. I'm sure you know that not everyone is going to be a potential client, so you don't have to get on everyone's level. However, some people are your dream clients. They are precisely the sort of people you are searching for, and you need to make sure that you're talking to their pain points. This, of course, means that you need to have a clear understanding of your dream client, their pain points, and how best to reach them. You probably have a vague idea of all of these details in your head, but I'll suggest you write them down. Once you do, you'll have a more concrete idea on how to reach your dream client. Some questions you might want to answer when figuring how to get on your dream client's level is this. What keeps them up at night? What makes them worried? What's holding them back? Once you can answer these questions specifically, you'll have more concrete understanding of how to get on their level. If you want to build an authoritative brand on Instagram, then you must know other authoritative brands as well. The best way to attract new clients and convince those that who are following you that you are an authority on the matter is to prove yourself against other authorities. This means that you should be hanging out where other experts hang out within your industry, and you should offer your expert opinion frequently on these platforms. You should also give your opinions when experts talk, and you should ask tough questions whenever possible. So you should make sure that your potential clients sees that this isn't just a hobby for you, that you are actually an expert with a well-researched opinion as well. Now, there are 4 more steps that you need to follow that will transform your brand from a regular one to an authoritative one that people can trust. But these 3 should set you right on your way. If you want to learn more about the remaining 4 steps, there's actually a link in the description below that will take you directly to it. And as always, friends, if you learned something new today, do me a favor. Like this episode, share it with those who might need it. And finally, subscribe to my channel for more content like this and to be part of our entrepreneur community. My name's Lisa Ann, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Honestly, I appreciate so much. I will see you next week. Bye for now.